What is up, people? So, uh, kind of decided to change some things up, uh, make some order of things because uh, surprising to me, um, happy to me, is that this live stream seems to be growing into something better. The idea of what I kind of wanted. Um, and one of the things that, and I thank every single one of you guys that in the chats that have been saying, a good stream, but there are moments where it gets a little clusterfucky, and see what if you can make that better, it'd be cool. And I agree. I was telling some people, kind of been feeling out the panels and seeing who fits talking to who. Because remember, I want to keep this respectful, and I kind of been trying to see, the people that have been on my panel, their temperament. So I kind of have an idea now. So over the past few streams, I'm kind of going to be trying different things, but the main goal will be, understanding order and not so much talking over. Again, but I will have those live streams, or even a point in a live stream where I'll let the whole panel fill up and you guys just go at it, because at the same time, we all kind of want that opportunity to talk to different people, and the way I see it is I kind of owe it to you guys, to have a great information for at least the first 95% of it. But one of the things I definitely wanted to do, and I've been meaning to do, is I like you guys, Seek&Find, my boy. He's been on the panels. Obviously, he's a flat earther. He's actually been, he's been like saying, "Hey man, you've been saying you're gonna give me this one-on-one where it's just us talking. It's not a group, no cutting off." So this first 15-20, I'm devoting just to me and Seek&Find, no one else on the panel, and we're gonna see where it goes. Tonight, I don't care what happens. I am talking about some GMO weather situations going on, especially one of the big tornadoes going on right now, and the reports that I've gotten from it and things I've seen. Kind of raises an eyebrow. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but like I said, the first thing I want to do is get into it with my boys Seek&Find, because I've been saying I want to do this. What's up, Seek&Find?
It's SeanG. How you doing, man?
Good. And again, I apologize, that I haven't had that time, but at the same time, I kind of got to let the panels go certain ways sometimes. But, like I said, we're going to have the one-on-one where it's no one interrupting, no one asking other questions. If you don't feel like the question's being answered, you have the opportunity now, hey, Sean, stop, not, four other people, stop. So I definitely wanted to give you the floor, ask questions, and kind of we'll see where it goes for the first beginning of it.
And I appreciate the time, and I just really wanted to, and I do want to hear about the geoengineering. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for you, and that you at least are open-minded and buy into that our government don't have our best interest in mind, at least. So I could feel you on that.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you on it.
And I appreciate the time, man. But really, I want to pick your brain, man, because when you came out and said that you went back to the globe, it struck me, man. It was like, I really, really couldn't believe it. So I really just want to ask you, a few questions, a line of questioning, that, because for me to go back to the globe, man, I mean, it would take some ironclad evidence, man, and I just don't see it. With stuff.
So just so I can clarify and be 100% on it. So you're kind of, is it that you don't understand how I could have, or is it just you want to know like what was going through my mind when I realized?
What's your evidence? What was it that made you change? What was it that made you change your mind? Because, like I said, and especially when it comes to the sky, Sean, like the sky, man, the sky in this argument it's one of the go-tos for globe believers, is talking about the sky. And the sky has been mapped out, man, for I don't know how long, like since Babylonian times. Like they've known the circuit of the sky, man. So it's like for other than that, like I don't need to know anything about the sky. I know the sun's going to come up in the morning. I know the moon's going to be beautiful as hell at night. Like other than that, this, I would need to see. We could talk about the Earth that we standing on, either curving or spinning or doing any kind of movement. You can't prove that to me. So when it comes to the sky talk, I think that is something that will be like last on the burner for me to become a globe believer again. I would need to see things like terrestrial, curving, the water curving, or some kind of proof of movement. And when I talk about the spin, man, it's a fact. It's like it's no way around. They saying that this bitch is moving 1,000. It's a lot of fast movement going on, man. And the speed is the speed. The one rotation per day thing is nothing. That means nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Here's okay.
Go ahead. So, I know I'm saying a lot.
Okay. So here's the issue. Okay. Remember, I whenever when I was a flat earther, I never told people I was a flat earth proof type guy. Like no one was coming to me to go, "Hey, Sean, please help me figure this out." My main crux was that when I walked outside, I see it flat. Once I go beyond that, I completely understood that I didn't understand what I thought I did. I think that's an issue with a lot of people. I haven't gauged, where to, who to talk to based on how deep they're willing to not realize how reality is. But the one thing that I couldn't do it anymore. What happened was for me, Seek. Remember, I believed in space. I believed in rockets in space. I believed in evolution. I mean, there were so many things that I had to hurdle to make sense of myself that it got to the point where I went, okay, well, if my beliefs are different than everyone else's that believes the shape is the same as I do, what foundation do I have to figure these things out? Space travel. For 2 years, I've been trying to figure out different technologies that would make space travel possible without the fact of orbiting. Granted, I learned a lot about propulsions that I had no clue about 2 years ago. So like I said, don't regret any of it. But when it came down to it, if you're trying to say your belief is correct, and I'm trying to say my belief is correct, I put the evidence side by side, and Flat Earth had zero. I've now termed this differently as well too, because none of you guys are flat earthers, and you can correct me, but this is how I feel. Nobody in my chat, Seek and Find, my friend, all the people that I'm close with and have mad respect for that are flat earthers. You're not flat earthers.
Hey, how do you that? Everybody's a flat earther.
No. You're not flat earthers. You guys are globe deniers at best, because all you want is you're pointing out holes in the globe. And guess what? Science knows those are holes or issues or phenomenons. We know about them. We know about each and every one. Just like you guys say, we don't need to hear it because we know what you're going to say. Well, we know what science says. And that's where Flat Earth started kind of miscuing things. So, like, it's not a personal hit at you, but when I've explained to you 5 times how you feel acceleration, you don't feel speed, and that's why we don't feel the Earth spin, regardless of whether or not you believe the Earth spin, my example of explaining it, you should be able to go, okay, that is a reason why we wouldn't feel the Earth spin. And then you can go on the list of stuff that, still puts holes in the globe. No problem. Science loves you guys. Science, that's what pushes science to figure these things out. But there is no evidence for flat Earth. So you can't say you're a flat earther, or you can't demand all this evidence from Globers without showing one piece of evidence for flat Earth and call yourself a flat earther.
Okay, so let me ask you something real quick. You just said the parroted, the You don't feel speed, you feel acceleration, correct?
Say again one more time. I was talking to myself.
You don't feel speed, you feel acceleration, correct? You just said that, right?
Yes.
All right, is gravity an acceleration?
Say it one more time.
Is gravity an acceleration? Do I need to?
Okay. No. It was me. My son was asking me something, and I'm kind of playing both. I do apologize. But I was listening. So here's what it is. I don't know. I don't know enough about the intricacies of gravity. I could have someone come on the panel real quick if they're willing to explain it, and then jump off again.
Well, I can. This is a one-on-one, man. We just. I want to know what you think.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I'll break it down with you. And in the chat, you can correct me after I've answered. But I believe it's not acceleration. It's an effect of gravity that it increases. We know the rate, but if you're starting at 0, you're going to get to that rate of fall. Once you've gotten to that rate of fall, no, then you're not accelerating anymore.
So gravity, for the record, gravity is not an acceleration.
I don't know. How I explain it and how I understand it, that's how it is. You can't say all Globers believe that. We're saying what I believe, how I understand it. But how I understand it is more simply the effects of gravity are seen everywhere, and that proves gravity. I can tell you.
I don't see the effects. As a matter of fact, that's one of the questions that y'all kind of jumped around last night. Was when I said, "What are the effects of gravity on water?" I.e., or not I.e., but anyway, I gave the example of wind being an invisible force.
It's not invisible. It's not. Wait. Don't say it's an invisible force. It's just a force you can't see. Only the effects.
Okay. So it's a force.
You see the effects of that force. Okay.
And waves, right? Correct.
And waves and leaves.
One of the beautiful things about the behavior of water.
Hang on. Because remember that force of wind that we can't see, but we can see the effects of. You're pinpointing it. It's in waves. It's in the clothes that you wear that move in the breeze. It's in a door that slams. But
we're talking about water.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Don't jump around.
No, I'm not jumping around. Not jumping around. But this is going to answer the big question as well. This is answering the big question as well.
Yeah, it's gravity and acceleration.
No matter what the conversation goes to, it should always work on your idea, your belief. The globe, it always works. Flat Earth, you don't want to talk about it. Now, I will answer your question. Go ahead.
You say what?
The last thing you asked me just now. I wanted you to repeat.
It's gravity and acceleration. Yeah.
Again, I mean, I can only answer.
Force.
A force. Gravity. A force. Yes. Gravity is
the force of gravity.
Gravity is the force. Gravity is a force. We do not see it. We see the effects once again.
So gravity is a force.
The force of gravity. Yes.
Okay. So is force mass times acceleration?
Force. Yeah. Mass time. Yeah.
So gravity is.
No. See, here's the thing. Here's another thing you're doing that flat earthers do say they hate as well, because I did it myself.
How are you arguing with this logic?
Hang on.
See how you're arguing with this logic.
Oh no. Here's the thing. You don't ask me these questions like I'm supposed to give you the correct answer or it disproves anything. You're talking to a stupid person. But when you ask me the equation, I can look it up and we can talk about it. I think that's what the equation was, but at the same time, I can still effectively describe and give you examples and of examples of evidence of the effects of gravity. Now, you just need to go, okay, whether you believe it or not, let's just talk about what force does what. So you said to me yet last night, how does gravity affect a ripple in water, correct?
No, I mean, the question is, what effect does gravity have on water?
Okay.
What is the effect?
Okay, and you asked everyone that question, and everyone answered it. And here is the most simplest effect you can see of a gravity on water. You ready? It doesn't fall off the ball. I said that last night. It will not change.
I don't believe I'm on a ball, so.
Okay, you don't need to believe you're on a ball. You don't believe in gravity, but you asked me what is the effect of gravity on water that we can see? And I live on a globe. I believe in gravity, so I can't determine those things on a flat Earth that I don't believe in.
So the effect of gravity is that it's stopping the water from flinging off this motherfucker. That's the effect.
I didn't say flinging, falling off.
Well, if you spin, conventional wisdom says if you spin a ball with water on it, it's gonna fly off of it.
Can I bring an image up?
Sure, but Sean, I ain't here to play, man.
I'm not here to play either.
If you're gonna show me that globe with one drop on it spinning very slowly, I'm gonna destroy it. So
I hope
don't pull that.
I really hope you're able to try to do so, because my friend, I knew this 101 would mean something to you. But the problem is there's no way that in hell that I'm going to sit here and ever believe in flat Earth without one evidence. Now,
bro, if you just walk with me, I'm gonna let you know why I'm a flat earther.
Oh no, okay. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you, and remember, with all respect, I'm saying it to everyone else because this is more than possible. Respectfully, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to demonstrably just prove flat Earth isn't flat Earth. Again, I'm stating this as fact of today. There's no such thing as a flat earther. You guys are globe deniers at best.
You're incorrect. Okay. I see it. We're all flat earthers.
Okay, so this
is how we all experience the Earth.
See this image right here that I'm showing with the water and spinning off. Okay, so here's the crazy thing about this. What we're looking at not only shows you how some forces work, but what it's also doing is it's showing you angular velocity. Now, without gravity, see how that water is coming off that ball? It should actually be going off that ball without gravity in a straight line. It should go straight out. It shouldn't wrap around like that nice little pattern that it does.
Why would you think that?
What do you think bends your bendy water? Remember our bendy water you guys like so much? There you go, right there. That's your bendy water, and the reason that happens is an effect of gravity, my friend.
So you comparing this to like a body of water outside?
I'm going to compare this to every effect you can come at me with. This is another. This is another effect of gravity. No.
That's look deeper. Or centripetal, whichever one.
Hang on.
That's that force right there.
Seek&Find. I want you to look deeper into what I'm showing you. Forget the water is flinging off the ball. Do you see the pattern that water is flinging off that ball in? See how it's curved? That's because of gravity, my friend. Without gravity, that water would only shoot in a straight line in the direction it's being
How would you go about proving that?
Angular velocity. Look. Why? Okay, no, wait. Better yet. Explain to me this force for flat Earth. Because remember,
I just did.
No, you did. Wait, go ahead. I didn't hear you. I definitely didn't hear you explain it.
I forget which one's which. It's centrifugal or centripetal, but that's the force that is right there. When you spin a ball, the outward.
Okay. Can I ask you one more question then about
the outward force is causing?
Can I ask you a question? The last question about it then. Can forces act on each other? Meaning, can a force be stronger than another force? Can a force downplay another force?
Yeah, forces can act on each other, sure.
Perfect. Because that wind that we were talking about last night, that makes that ripple, and that energy that makes that ripple, and remember I tried to explain to you how gravity, once that energy lessens, gravity then has enough of its force to take over and dissipate that wave or that ripple. That's another effect seen that gravity does. I mean, It all ties in. We can go in any direction you want. It will always work with whatever
Why
example.
I don't see how you attribute that to gravity, but go ahead.
Okay, how do you contribute?
Things have
Okay, how do
a
you
certain energy and they lose that energy.
how do you contribute?
And,
How do you contribute wind?
but hey,
How do you contribute
hold on,
wind
though.
to its effects?
Because the point I wanted to make was you told me that you don't feel speed, you feel acceleration.
Yes,
And
100%.
my question is gravity
I
a
don't know.
force that has an
Well, let's play.
effect?
I can't. You know what? I can't give you the 100% correct answer, but everything I've said
Can't
besides
have your cake and eat it too, Sean.
no. But here's the thing. Everything I've said to you is observable. You can do it yourself. You're just honestly not
Well,
willing
that's
to.
my point is that I don't observe it. If
No,
I
you
see
do.
a force,
Okay,
hold on.
okay.
If I
No,
see
no,
a,
wait.
say,
Okay.
say a
You
body
just
of water,
said you
right?
do not
Water's
observe.
perfect for
Stop,
this.
stop. You said,
Right.
and I quote, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not observe the same things you do. So that's what you said, right? Do you?
I don't think I
Okay,
said that.
okay. You
Good.
just said that. You literally just said that. Right now, like I repeated, you said the sentence, I said the next sentence out of either one of us was what you just said. Right? So let's have a. I want to ask you some questions. Do you
All right.
observe? Do you observe water falling off Earth? Yes or no?
That takes a
Yes.
presupposition
No.
to think that it would fall
No.
off
It
of
doesn't.
Earth.
Yes
Yes, it
or
does.
no? No. Yes or no?
Why would I think it would fall off of Earth?
Because gravity. If the reason it doesn't to me is gravity, and you don't believe in gravity, and you say you don't observe the same things, my job right now is to show you see exactly what I see.
Okay, so do you observe the
you
water outside, like
do
bodies
you
of
no
water,
stop
lakes?
stop nope, I'm asking questions now, Seek.
Okay, go ahead, man. I answered
Hang
you,
on,
but go ahead.
do you observe water falling off of Earth?
No.
Okay, so then that observation we both see. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Nope.
Okay.
Okay, here's the next one. Seek, do you see waves being created and dissipating?
Okay.
Come from nothing, become a big, like a hump
They
or
don't come from
swell,
nothing. They come from
and
the
then
wind.
that wave disappear. Do you see that?
Yeah, they come from the
Okay.
wind. Most of
Okay.
them make it to shore.
Okay, here you go.
They
Now
run
you go.
into elevated
Okay,
land.
thank you. Hang on. So what you're saying is that you
This is
see.
really like remedial.
You're right. It is. It's very. Now, so what you're saying is that you see waves created and you see waves dissipate to nothing. Correct? Right? That's how waves work?
Okay.
Okay, so we have now determined we both do not see water falling off Earth. We both see waves work the exact same way. Now, if we explain, science explains to me and you, a scientist is standing in front of us and he says, wind and the ripple that wind, the effect of wind makes, is the kinetic energy, going from zero to peak and then dissipating back to zero. Is that wrong? Is he wrong? Is he explaining it wrong to us, Seek?
I mean, I think I have pretty simple questions.
No.
You're trying to take it somewhere else.
I have very simple questions, and all I want you to do is answer these questions, and then I will answer every single
I
one of
don't know if
yours,
it goes back to
and
zero
you
or
never
not.
have to say it again.
It depends on if how much energy is going through the water. I don't know
Okay.
if it's going back to zero.
Wait. What energy source do you know of that is generated by a force, has a peak, and then stays at that peak forever?
Okay, so you're trying to imply that gravity is making.
Nope. I'm asking very simple questions. All I'm asking right now about is the energy that is used in the force of wind to make a ripple or a swell or even a big wave. All I want to know is that the energy goes zero, peak, and then drops back down. Yes or no?
Okay, sure.
Okay, we know that. So far I have not made one observation or a calculation that is wrong.
That's not true.
Wait. No, wait. Time out. Because
Yeah, you did.
wait. Do we see?
But you're wrong though.
No, stop. Hang on. We do not see water fall off Earth.
That's a presupposition.
We see that waves are created from nothing, or they're created as nothing. There's no wave. It is peaks, gets bigger, and then once it hits its peak of a wave, we see that wave dissipate and go back to level.
Why would you think water would be falling off Earth? Because somebody...
No, stop. Hang on. Stop. Nope. We're doing this my way right now because I want you to see how simple this is. So far, I've made 3 observations that we both have agreed works that way. Now, because you don't believe in gravity, and my explanation for why that kinetic energy in that wave dissipates the way it does to nothing, gravity does act over other forces in occasion, the same way that wave is able to go against what you think gravity should do to it. The reality of it is it all works. We observe the same thing. What science tells us the reason for it is true and correct. You can't say it's not, because 3 times I asked you questions, and all 3 of those questions say science isn't lying. Those forces work as we expect them to work, and you have nothing that would show differently.
You started off with a presupposition, which
okay.
is wrong.
What was that presupposition? Go ahead, tell me.
Why do we observe water falling off Earth? Why would I think water would fall off of Earth? Why would I think that?
Because
unless I think I live on a ball.
Okay, here's the problem. Then everything you have to say about flat Earth. No. See, because you're about to. No. Stop. If what I said was if I started with a presupposition, then anything you say right now about flat Earth is one as well. Go ahead.
No, I'm just asking you a question. Do you think that the water outside, like in a lake or an ocean or a pond, is that water being contained?
Don't ask me simple. You're doing a straw man right now on your own.
No, come on. I just went through your question, but you can't go through mine.
Okay. What? Okay. Like I explained to you, explain to me how rewording your question disproves gravity.
You asked me, do I think it should fall off the Earth? And I'm asking you, do you think it's contained?
I think we live on a globe, so I don't think we live on a flat plane that nothing could fall off of, like if gravity didn't exist. Remember that. Right now you're asking me questions, so you have to think like my belief is. You can't tell me that everything I say is wrong because it doesn't work on a flat Earth. It doesn't work. Why? Because it's a globe. But tell me and show me what works on a flat Earth that doesn't work. What we
I just told you that. I just showed you how a flaw in what these people tell us. There's a flaw in it because you say you only feel acceleration. Well, is gravity an acceleration? If it is an acceleration, I should be feeling it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. See. Here's the thing. You are very stuck on diverting the question. Acceleration speed is very simple. I explained it. What does that have to do with gravity? What does that have to do with forces that we can't see, but we know that we can see the effects of? Because everything I just said, you've refused to answer those, and you go back to these weird questions. No, what are you talking about? Around what? I've answered them very easily. I've explained them as good as it gets.
You see the effect. My question is, what is the effect that you see gravity having on water? Your answer is it's not falling off Earth. That's come on, bro.
Okay. How about this? See, I don't know what. See, here's the problem I'm having. Here's the problem I'm having. See, because I don't know what you're doing right now. I have no clue where you're going with this. Because here's the problem I have. You've asked this question 5 nights in a row. Now, or 5 streams that I've had in a row. And here's the problem I'm having.
It's not true.
Okay, here's the problem. Do you want to have a conversation on a flat Earth or on a globe? And here's why I asked that question. Because it is a globe. I will not give you an answer that works on a flat Earth because I didn't find anything that works on a flat Earth. So everything I'm telling you is based on a globe model. So for you to say the effects of gravity, me saying water not falling off of Earth, makes perfect sense. It's not my responsibility to figure out how it should work on a flat Earth.
Well, Sean, you're missing the point. The point is that when the force is applied to water, you see the effect. You see the effect. So when I say
Oh,
Have
gravity.
you ever
Okay. Oh, okay.
observed
Oh.
a
I think
body
I
of
figured it
water
out. I
looking
think I
at
figured it out.
light?
Okay. I think I figured it out. Okay. You ready? Wind is not a constant force. It comes in, it comes out, different speeds, different directions. Gravity has never stopped. You're not starting gravity. You're not going to see water start doing something. It's already doing it.
And what is it doing? That's my
Being
question.
held down. The reason you see the effects of wind like you do is
Need
because
to explain that.
the reason you do not see wind the same way, the effects of wind the same way you see the effects of gravity, is because wind isn't a constant. It does not always happen. It happens differently in different directions, different speeds. Just like I said, gravity has not started. It's always been. You're looking for the start of gravity. It's already here, buddy. That's why water
Okay,
doesn't fall.
to clear this up, when we say we're both observing a lake, and it's still and it looks like a sheet of glass, you're over here believing that it's being
You're over here
there's
believing.
forces
Hang
wrong.
on. Hang on. Again.
Hold on.
Okay,
Do
you're
it
right. You're
now.
right. You're right. You're 100% right. I
Because I
apologize.
can explain that with density, man, and it's just the
Okay,
water.
please do. Hey,
No.
the floor. No. The floor is yours.
Position has to be that
Oh, no,
there's
no.
these two forces going on, and they're battling each other.
Hey,
They just equaled out.
Seek. You
And
gotta
that's
remember.
it, man.
Here's something else. Remember, you asked me why or how I became a Glober again. I'm gonna show you.
I've just shown you the
No,
error and
I'm gonna show
the-
you pinpoint deadlock right
and the-
now what it is. You ready? This is what turned me. You ready? Seek.
I bet you it's the sky.
Explain to me.
I bet you it's the sky.
Explain to me your flat Earth evidence so I can understand it. Go.
I'm giving you my evidence, man.
Anything. Go ahead and go
This
with
is-
water, because first of all, remember science. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where anyone ever said water was bendy.
It has to be on a globe. It
Okay.
has to bend and have a
Okay, again,
curvature.
and I'm like, look, Seek, let me do this, and so for everyone in this chat can understand this. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed it, but in my descriptions, I've had I guess a challenge, a quote. I don't know what you would call it, but this has been in my descriptions since I became a Glober. I've been asking Flat Earth to explain 3 observations that work together as a system. One of the biggest reasons I couldn't believe in Flat Earth reality, I understood. I understand. You think what evidence for a globe, yet zero evidence for Flat Earth. Again, you're not a Flat Earther. You're a globe denier. I'm going to say this one last time. I did not get any evidence for Flat Earth when I asked. Remember, I ask a lot of questions and I listen. The problem is when I say, hey, Seek, I need some evidence. Explain to me so I understand Flat Earth.
I'm explaining it to you right now, bro. You're not
Then
listening.
go. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
I mean, that's just one of my points that why I am a flat earther is that gravity is just non-existent.
Prove
like,
it. Evidence. How do you know it's not?
My line of question. Look, I'll tell you this.
No.
I don't have any,
Don't
like,
tell me. Don't
slides
tell
or
me.
anything.
I need to know
I
how.
don't have any information.
How do
like,
you know?
queued up,
Give me.
nothing. I'm sorry.
Give me
but
a push, a little bit of something that makes me understand how you understand gravity doesn't exist.
I think we're in an electromagnetic field, and
Okay.
everything propagates that field at the same rate.
What's your evidence
That's
for
what-
that?
You back in the day when you had like an analog TV and you saw dust like going to that TV, and it was all the dust would collect to that TV at the same rate. That's like if you shot a flashlight and saw that dust just, attracting to the TV. That's what I kind of think, like something along those terms is going on.
Okay, here's the
And
problem.
everything
Here's the
in the
problem.
field-
Here's the problem. You
everything
said
in this
something.
field-
Hang on. You said something that doesn't work, and we do not observe. You said the dust collects all at the same time. It doesn't. That static electricity you're talking about collects in a rate, basically.
Okay, so if the Earth, say the Earth is like, if we're talking in terms of like energy and positive and negative, say the Earth is the only negative thing, and say we have like, mostly everything else like in the cosmos, in the sky, and in the air around us. Is positive,
Okay,
right?
hang on. So are we establishing that space is real?
No, I'm not talking about space. I'm talking about
Well,
in
you
our
said
atmosphere.
you named the universe basically just now. You said planets. You said
Well, oh, okay. Let's stay in the atmosphere though.
No.
Okay,
Why?
so
Why?
we're just talking
We
about. We're talking
can
about.
we can stay in the
Can you let me
atmosphere.
finish my first
Hang on,
place?
we can stay in the atmosphere, but I would like to know why we have to stay in the atmosphere.
Because that's where we live, Sean. That's where
Okay,
we live,
okay,
bro.
okay. I just wanted
We're
to know.
talking about the earth that we live on,
I just,
not space.
I understand. I just wanted to know.
And I don't like the argument. I just told you why I don't like the argument. See, you that's the difference between me and you and why you flipped is because you accept those sky
Okay,
talk.
what have
I
I?
don't
Okay,
accept.
what have I accepted over what have I understood?
That was
Which
the evidence of the
no,
earth down here.
because
It
now
was
what you're
the
saying,
water.
now hang
Yeah.
on, seek. Now what you're doing, and I know it's not intentional, but you are literally insulting my intelligence.
How?
Because you're telling me I'm listening to what these people say and I'm not understanding what I'm hearing. I'm going to tell you right now.
How many times?
I'm
How many
going to
times
tell
you've
you.
been
Look,
arguing
I'm
about
going to
it?
tell
You
you
don't
right. Look,
understand.
I'm going to
You
tell
don't
you.
get it.
Look,
So
look. I'm going to tell you right
you know what
now.
I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you right now. I did both. I was a flat earther, and now I'm a glober. And you want to know what the fundamental difference between being either one is? That as a glober, I have a sigh of relief when someone asks me a question. I can go to a reference and have it figured out, or I can tell you how it works. And here's the thing: you can observe these things and stop telling me that I'm wrong. I laid out those observations, those three observations I asked you a minute ago, very strategically. The reason I asked you that is because you said we do not observe the same thing. But I proved with evidence, I proved with your statement alone that those three things that you said make gravity not real, you see. So therefore, you do see the effects of gravity. You're just not willing to admit that's
That's
what
not
it
true.
is.
Chuck. That's not
That's
true.
hey, you can go
It's
back.
not true.
Hey, you can go back in my
So
stream.
gravity is
Hey,
a force,
seek and find.
right?
Anybody can go back in my stream, and that those questions I asked you, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have
Do we
had.
see water
Listen, hang
falling
on.
off the
Listen to
earth?
this.
Are
I
you
want you to
serious?
understand.
That's the
Seek and
presupposition.
find.
You're presupposing
I'm gonna tell
that
you right
water
now.
will fall
Hang on,
off the
seek
earth.
and find.
Why do you think?
Seek. Hang on. I'm gonna tell you how
I
I
mean, you
know.
gotta just move on. Don't
How?
move on, bro. Let's
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
this, man.
Let me tell you how I know I'm right. Ready? Ready for this? I've had what I asked you, those observations, and if you see them the same way I do, I've had those written down for 3 days. I've been begging, just itching to ask a flat earther these questions. If you do not observe what I observe, how did you openly on recording admit you actually do see the same observations? Because the observations that you agreed to see, like I do, prove to me and everyone else gravity is a real force. Now, that's why I asked you right after. Show me the evidence you have that says gravity isn't a force.
We would see the effects of it on something like water.
I giving you the effects. It's whether or not right now you want to
So
understand how that works.
yeah, so the water is supposed to be flinging off of the earth. Gravity is forcing it back and forcing it back to a zero
Are you?
point and
Hang on.
making it
You're
making
okay. You know how you would simplify an answer. You're complicating the answer by adding stuff. It's
No,
pretty
this is
simple.
what they
No,
want
no,
us to
no.
believe
Again.
is
Ask me that
going
question.
on.
Ask me the same question you asked me about seeing the effects of gravity. Go ahead. Ask me again.
Okay, so the natural behavior of water is when a force is applied to it, it shows the effect, i.e., wind and waves.
Okay.
What is the effect
Okay.
that this force of gravity
Okay.
has on water?
You ready for this? Okay. When you say applied a force on, you understand that means turn the wind on, turn the wind off.
So what is it constantly doing?
Holding it to Earth.
I can explain that with density. With density.
Okay,
Yeah.
you said that before, and I asked you to. Okay, go ahead, Zeke. The floor is yours. Explain that.
The water is denser than the air, so and it's contained. So that's
Okay.
pretty much all you need to explain it the way we see it.
Wait. What does it can being contained have to do with how waves are made?
Are you arguing that it's not contained?
I'm telling you
In other
right.
words,
I'm telling you right now. You're you're word selling it. I can tell you right now.
No,
You're
I'm
word
not.
selling.
I'm not. Okay, so
Yes,
I
you
have a
are.
bottle over here on my desk. It is being contained because
Different
the
container.
bottle has
Okay,
raised
fine.
edges.
You're right.
Okay,
Different.
so
Hey,
when they talk about
different
land
containers.
being
See.
highly elevated, man, I'm explaining it, man. Just let me explain.
Okay.
The land, would you agree, is higher elevated than the water?
The what?
It's just
Wait. Say it again.
It's just
Say that again.
the land that you're on right now.
Yeah.
So you're near water. Is it higher elevated than the water you're near.
Okay.
If it wasn't shown, you'll be getting flooded right now.
Okay, so wait, so you're telling me is if there's land under the water level, it should
the
be
water
flooded?
being contained because it's the same way like it's in my bottle. The bottle is
Death Valley.
Yeah.
Death Valley is 200 feet below sea level. Why isn't it flooded?
What, Death Valley?
Yep.
Where's Death Valley?
California. It's a desert. It's the lowest point. It's the lowest point in the United States.
I bet you there's some higher elevated land near that. That's near the water.
Yeah.
There.
There's
Okay,
no. There are mountains.
There's peaks
but
and
there's
valleys.
not. But it's not.
Land,
It's
man.
not.
Man,
It's not surrounded. It's not surrounded by mountains. Salt Lake City. Not Salt Lake City. My area. The Salton Sea. That used to be ocean, and it's in the desert. Behind, it's east of our mountains. Explain that.
So you disagree with what I just said?
I agree. I literally.
Okay, so why are you arguing with me?
Because you haven't explained it yet. You haven't explained how density. Okay, explain density. Break density down to me, please.
Volume. When something has more volume than like the medium that it's in, it's gonna sink. Yeah. So like when you drop a weight in water, it's gonna sink. But if you blow up a balloon underwater, it's going to rise.
Okay, so are you saying all weights sink?
It has to do with what medium it's in. So like the medium that we're in, if it's heavier than the medium that we're in, which is like air, what you want to call air, it's gonna sink.
Well, wouldn't that just be friction?
Now I do think that.
So,
like I said,
so basically, when I jump out of an airplane, what is happening? So walk me through the forces that happen when I jump out of an airplane.
You are sinking, but you have air resistance.
So when I jump out of an airplane, you're saying I'm sinking.
Yes, you're sinking.
What am I sinking into?
You're sinking through the medium.
No.
Which is air.
But what is that medium?
Air.
Atmosphere.
And it has different gases, but we call it the atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, unless you want to name all the gases, I would call it atmosphere.
You're heavier than all those gases, so you sink through them.
Okay. What about the ones that were not? What about situations where pockets of something weigh more than we do?
Pockets of something way more than we do.
Lightning, rain clouds. Rain clouds weigh a lot more than we do.
Water vapor, I believe, is lighter than most of. It's like that's why the clouds don't go up. Like they sit at a
water vapor. No, wait. Water vapor. I mean, we can check science.
Yeah, you can check.
Hang on. Seek and find.
I would believe that.
Hang on. Seek and find. Hang on. Seek and find. I need you to understand something. You do realize that your whole argument of stop. Hang on. I'm not arguing against them at all.
You're about to argue against
I'm not arguing against them at all. But listen to this. Stop. For you to use this argument, you do understand you have to listen to what science tells you it is. The same way they tell me about gravity. You realize, yes, you do. Yes, you have to. Yes, you do. How do you know about density and buoyancy? How do you know? Who told you? How do you know the density and buoyancy of different atmospheres and gases?
My avatar, man?
Yep.
So you telling me to be a good sheep, huh?
Wait, time out. I'm asking you how you know your information, and you're calling me a sheep?
No, I'm just saying. No, I didn't say that. I said you're telling me.
Okay, here you go. How did you?
Just said I have to listen.
Stop. Remember how you said to me?
I mean, if you're gonna play that card, like,
stop. Remember, hang on. Remember how you said you don't get how I flipped, and I said what you're doing.
Yeah, give me what
again. Okay, now listen. Remember when I said you are insulting my intelligence by telling me that I'm listening like a sheep rather than understanding. No.
That's what I
see.
Yeah, that's what you just said.
So why am I a Glober Seek? Because you said again, guys. I don't know. People act like they don't remember that. You guys remember that this is recording. Everything you said is recorded. You cannot change and say you didn't say.
That doesn't even matter what you're saying right now.
Okay, because you told me. Hang on. You told me I was the Glober for these reasons. because I was now willing to just listen to what they told me and parrot it. How do you know about density and buoyancy if you did not do the same to the same scientists you discredit?
I know about density and buoyancy because I can go outside. You know how Neil deGrasse Tyson fake ass dropped that mic? I could do that all day and teach myself without using the terminology density and buoyancy that this shit is heavier than the fucking air and it's gonna sink and drop. I can teach that shit 100 times out of 100 to myself, Sean. I don't need nobody to fucking teach me. 100 times out of 100, if I drop something heavier than the air,
Yeah.
it's going to drop. It's
Well,
going
what
to
about
sink.
okay?
I don't need nobody to tell me that.
Wait
shit.
a minute. How do you weigh the air? So how do you know?
I don't need nobody to tell me that.
So
man. I can demonstrate
you do
it to
understand?
myself and prove it to myself through demonstration.
You just
You're playing games.
No, I'm not. You just debunked yourself again. You ready for me to explain how?
You're trying to go through this like, look, all I want to know
Seek
is,
and find.
all I want to know is,
Do me a favor.
you're trying to like, what observation did you? What was the observations that you made?
Okay, again, because you want to run away when I'm proving you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think you're doing a good job. Of
You ready?
You
ready for this? Here's the thing. You just told me about your atmosphere and your density and your buoyancy, and I told you you have to listen to the same people you're discrediting to figure that out.
I don't need to listen to anybody.
Okay, now you ready for this? Ready for this?
Here's
Here's the thing. We can measure the atmospheric pressure. So therefore, we know right when you stand up, the atmospheric pressure is 14.7. Do you understand that?
Sure.
Is air heavier than that or lighter than that?
What do you mean air?
You keep contributing how
Air consists of a lot of things, man. What do you mean air?
You keep... Wait, why do you want to act like that now? Because remember, everything lighter than air, you said everything lighter than air falls, right?
Heavier than air.
Heavier than air falls, right?
Yeah, you can misrepresent what I
Okay,
said.
no. Well, you fixed it. Look, here's the best part. You fixed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Well, then, how come all of the atmosphere that you do recognize isn't squashed to the ground? Because everything should be heavier than air. Why isn't air above everybody? Why does it interact with us? Shouldn't it be way above everyone because we're all heavier than it? How can we live in it? How can we measure it?
What? You said why we should be above it because we're heavier than it?
You said everything heavier than air falls. So that means air should be above everything heavier than it. Not around everything. It should not be around me. It shouldn't be around me.
You're really sinking right now, Sean. The only thing stopping you from sinking is the floor that is below you.
Or wait. So define sinking for me, please.
Sinking.
Yep, define it.
Downward motion.
So you can't sink sideways into something?
You would gradually go down if you're sinking.
No, wait. So
see,
you can no. Can you seek and find? Like, can you sink into a wall? Can you sink into a wall?
If the
wall's soft enough, right?
What are you getting at, man?
Can you sink into a wall?
Make your point, please.
Can you sink into a wall? Yes or no?
This man, can I sink sideways?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Can you? Yes or no? Because you can sink into.
You just asked me if sinking, what I thought sinking was. I said a downward motion.
Yes. So then I asked you, can you sink into a wall?
If the wall is beneath my feet, yes.
Do you walk on walls? You're word playing my question, so you don't have to answer it. Okay, so let's keep it real for once. No, you can't. Or yes, you can walk or sink into a wall if the wall is soft enough. If it's a bush, you can sink into that bush on your side, on the wall. So that means that your sinking definition of a downward thing is wrong.
Whatever you say, Sean, my brother.
No. I'm right. I can't. Can you disprove what I just said?
No, I mean you're wrong. You've been wrong this whole hangout.
Can you wait? If a waterfall is making a wall, can you sink into that waterfall?
Yeah, that water is falling down.
Okay, wait. Yeah, but you're not. Stop. You keep doing this. If you have a waterfall,
I don't want to talk in circles.
If you have a waterfall, can you sink into that waterfall? Yes or no? Because we all talk about the wall of water waterfalls make. Can you sink
What are you
into
talking
it?
about, like sideways,
Can you
horizontally? Are you talking about horizontally,
sideways?
Sean?
Yes, horizontally. Can you?
Sink into that. No, you can like walk into it. You
Okay.
would walk into it.
Why can't I walk into the deep ocean?
You can. You're gonna sink.
Your definition of sink is wrong. Your definition
Okay,
of
go
sink
walk
is
out into
wrong.
the ocean and tell me if you don't.
Your
Sink
definition of sink is wrong. I need
But if
you.
you walk
No,
into
here,
a wall, you're gonna
Seek
be
and
perfectly
find.
fine.
This is
But
what
if
you
you
need to
walk into
do.
the ocean,
The
you're
only
gonna sink.
way we'll ever have a honest conversation is if
I
you
don't
look at the
think that.
alternatives. I don't. Hang on. Here's the thing.
It
Here's the thing.
dishonest
Here's the
leaving
thing.
the bar.
The reason we can't is because you keep saying
What
I'm
honest
indoctrinated.
talking about the
Basically,
water?
that's what you're saying. You're saying
You're
I'm
not
a
being honest when you're
parent.
talking about the water, man.
It doesn't matter what we talk about. In every situation, I've explained it perfectly as a dumb person can, and I'm still right. The problem you have is that this is on recording, and I can play it 100 times
I
over.
don't care if it's recorded.
Listen,
You
I
keep
can.
saying that,
Yeah,
I don't care, man.
because what you're saying is wrong, and then you follow up
People
with
will hear
I'm
you
right.
jumping around the water question.
It doesn't matter.
Because you
You know what?
can't get around it.
Look,
How you feel? You always feel it's
I can
gravity
end
is
this
not
stream.
right.
Look, stream. Hey,
I
look,
know.
Seek and Find. I can end this stream right now, and we can show this what we've done so far to 1,000 people. I guarantee you, every person will go, yeah, he's not right, and he keeps telling the guy he's not right, and the other guy won't listen. That's exactly what every observation is seeing of this stream right now.
Is gravity a force, Sean?
Yes. How do you see it?
What effect does it have on water?
It holds it down. I have said that 20 times, and every person hearing this who's been listening to this has heard me say it so many times, they're probably aggravated by it.
Huh?
Now, Seek, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you a flat earther because it has to be, or because
You're a flat earther too,
Stop.
dude.
Stop.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
a flat earther because it has to be, or because you have evidence behind it?
I'm a flat earther because that's how we all experience it and how we're all
Seek,
ever
I asked
gonna
a question. I asked a question, and I need an
Yeah,
answer.
answer.
Is it flat Earth, no matter what, or is it flat Earth because of the evidence you have?
It's flat earth because that's how we observe it.
No.
And we're
We
making
know.
observations of
Okay,
our
again,
reality.
we have this on recording. I asked you three
Yeah, that's what's
observations.
sad, too, is you start
You
with
said that.
observations.
Yeah.
We
You
observe
said
it flat.
over and
We
over
start
again. Okay, hang on. Over and over again, you keep saying we do not have the same observations. I made sure that I was clear. You understood what I was saying. We do see the same things. We have the same observations, and none of them are flat Earth. This is what we're going to do. I'm going. Listen.
You're just being dishonest, man. If you want to go to the geoengineering thing, that's fine.
Hang on. Am I being dishonest?
Yeah, because
What? What have I been dishonest about?
gravity, of course. All I got to do is ask you again.
Yeah, you can ask me again. Go ahead. Yes.
When forces are acting on water, do you see the effect?
Acting on water. Your word playing.
Okay, is gravity acting on water or not?
It's a constant. It's always affecting water. It's always affecting the ocean. It's always affecting you. It's always affecting everything.
How is it behaving because gravity is affecting on it? What is it doing?
It is being held down. I know you don't like that answer.
How can I observe that?
You don't see it falling off.
Oh my gosh, which is a presupposition, and you don't get that, man.
Okay.
Why would I think it was going to fall off?
I drop a bowling ball. Hey, if I drop a bowling ball out of a plane.
Spinning, right? Let's talk about the spin.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm getting aggravated. I'm going to open the panel, and you and Dre, you want to come on? This is kind of what I was talking about. I think me and Seek, we obviously don't agree. I do have respect for him. He's my friend. I don't care. I think right now he's fibbing. Obviously, he thinks I'm fibbing. But the reality of it is that I don't want to be triggered by him because I do like him. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the panel up. But I'm only going to open the panel up to about 2 or 3 people. I don't want to do an 8-people panel right now and it become chaos. Terry, if you want to jump in and just moderate anything you guys want to do, it's fine. But I will be muting to keep it civil, I guess what it is. I just need to keep this thing more fluid. I need we need less time to stop bickering. Me and Seek and Find didn't bicker, so I'm not saying that we were. I do feel myself getting a little tad triggered. Seek and Find, out of respect, I'd rather change this, change us, our conversation. We can do this again some other time. I'm gonna open the panel, like I said, for 2 or 3 other people. I'm going to make sure it stays casual and no, nonsense. And that's going to last for a little bit. Guys, I need to get this geoengineering information out. But I know there are people in the chat that are biting at the bit to say something because I haven't allowed it. But so you can find. I mean, I do enjoy these. I definitely see where I need to figure out how to explain better. Because I honestly know what I'm saying is right, based on it's not a belief. Everything I've said is based on my understanding that I have for it now. You know what I mean? It's not a belief system. Dre, did you want to come in?
I mean,
okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Because
go ahead.
I think like if I was to ask you, do you think humans know everything about
who said that? Who said that? Who says we do?
Okay, well, so we don't, right?
No, hell no, we don't. Science tells you
we don't know nothing. We don't know anything about nothing, especially the
Earth. Wait. What does that have to do with anything?
The Earth falls under that too. We don't know everything about it, and people are running around here acting like they know everything.
No, you are running around like you know everything.
No, that's not true, man. That's not true.
Yeah,
like you said.
Okay, how about this? How are you not doing that? Everything.
Questions about being taught.
Okay. No problem. What I've described tonight. What of what I described tonight is true?
Truth. I think maybe your definition and my definition of truth may be because we're all trying to find truth. None of us know the truth.
But what did I say tonight that you resonated as truth?
None of it.
Okay, so what merit and what knowledge do you have to know that what I said is a lie?
I could demonstrate, I think, what I was talking about a lot easier and better than probably you could demonstrate it.
No, you can't. Oh, wait, we mean like show. So wait. Sure. You mean like present evidence?
Yeah, of gravity.
Okay, how about this? How about this? Tomorrow, we do this once again. We don't discuss. We don't do this. We only present what we can do ourselves and observe, and we must be able to explain that observation tomorrow.
Sean, let me get this straight real quick.
Hey, hang on. That is 100% a good way to see who's right and wrong right now. We don't need to muddy it. That's perfect. Tomorrow, you show your evidence and proof, and I will do the same. We won't have to assume anything or think anyone's lying. We'll do observational experiments. Perfect.
It's flat.
What?
If you show me any like observations of like over water, it's flat. Like I'll use your globe.
No. Use your flat Earth observations. Use your flat Earth evidence.
All flat Earth observations.
Okay, so check this out. And everyone knows what's going to happen. Tomorrow, me and Seek and Find will not be having a conversation like we are right now. We are going to present you guys the proof everyone's been looking for. I've been looking for flat Earth proof. I'm telling you right now, I'm bewildered by what Seek and Find has that I couldn't find over the past 2 years. But I'm going to present my evidence for a globe. I hope you have evidence for a flat Earth. Do not come here with. Hang on. You can't come here. Hang on. You can't come here just trying to disprove my globe. I want evidence, observational evidence, proving flat Earth. Like you just said you could.
What do you want proof of? That's what I'm saying. What do you want proof? Because you want a model?
I want observation. An observation is an observation. If you can explain your observation, then you're good to go. But you got to be able to explain it.
Your observations. It's going to be the same pretty much thing that you'll have.
Okay.
You're going to say it's curving.
Okay. Well, another thing. Here's the thing.
Straight flat.
Talk. Here's the thing. Talk is cheap. Presentations prove everything. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Observations. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. The panel's open, guys. The panel's open. I'm actually going to go get a quick bite in my kitchen. So someone needs to get on this damn panel and talk to Seek and Find. Unless Seek and Find, you want to just rant and go at it. I mean, or just have something to say. I'm gonna put the link in the chat again. Again, it may not be the chaos a lot of people like, but oh well. I don't like the chaos. I'm pretty sure a lot of people.
And I really don't want to argue. It's just.
Oh no, I don't think we were arguing. I like the conversation. I just know if I continue with you, then I will get triggered, and then I'll get angry. And I'm that is a self observation of myself that I want to avoid. I can't be faulted for it, and I don't fault you for anything you've said. And I'm not saying I win, you win. I'm literally saying I'm babysitting myself. I want to make sure I don't become an asshole.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And that's how I think it needs to be. Why can't we continue this talk tomorrow?
Yeah, and I'm on it.
I mean?
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Man, like, we should be trying to figure this thing out together. None of us should be trying to say, "Hey, we know this." But that's my take on it.
Here's the thing:
That's my take on it.
okay. Then you got to do less of it. You're doing more. You're literally going. You're wrong, Sean. I haven't said you're wrong about anything. I've only explained.
You asked me that I think you were wrong, though.
No, you're right. Okay, you're right. But
I was like, yeah.
The reason I asked you that was because, again, those observations that I read off to you to ask if they were the same, in which you agreed were the same, those observations were observations that I got from websites that are proving gravity. I got that from people that were explaining how to explain gravity. The only difference was, rather than me say gravity, I said force. I said observations. I said, do you see? I just left out gravity, and you agreed. So the only time you say you don't agree with observations is when the name is there. But all the effects are the same, and all the effects point and show gravity. You can say you don't think so.
I beg to differ.
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna present undeniable observation that you cannot tell me is anything but gravity.
Tomorrow may be a problem for me, but I do want to have that. I mean, like I said, I'll present a few things. I'll dig some stuff up, I guess. Because, like I said, I really don't try to keep clips and shit on file. Like, this is not something that I talk to people around me about this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have
everybody
anything
around me know I'm a flat earther. My girl's a flat earther. My brother is. I got people around me that. So I'm not your average flat earther. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Neither am I. Neither am I. But here's the thing. Of all flat earthers, unfortunately, I'm pretty much the only one willing to go, oh shit, I was so damn wrong.
Yeah, but about what? What were you wrong about?
Flat Earth. What I thought was evidence is even worse.
What made you think it was flat? What made you stop believing in the globe and think it was flat?
There was no evidence. There was no evidence.
And disprove all of those.
No evidence.
And I don't think you did that, Sean.
Zero evidence for flat Earth. That's all it took. There was a bunch of other stuff, but realism.
In the form of what? Like in the form of a model? Like that's what you're talking about.
In a form of flat earthers who bullshitted and lied, scammed people, zero evidence, stuff like that.
You think the globe people aren't scamming people?
Oh hell yeah! Red Ritter, he's a fucking scammer, fucking making people pay for his hobby. What a fucking bitch!
There's a lot of that going on.
Oh, you're right. You're right, and it go on both sides.
On both sides, I agree. Both sides.
Good evening.
Hey, what's up, Gene? How are you, my friend? It's been a while.
How's it going?
Going pretty good. Where you been?
I'm gonna mute my mic. I've been talking. I've been doing a lot of talking.
Okay, so that actually is kind of a good idea. Not a good idea, but it kind of makes it so I can talk about some of this geoengineering stuff. Guys, remember back in the day when you were like, "Hey, weather cloud seeding isn't real. They may test it," and then you realize they did it. And then, I was like, hey, they're doing geoengineering. And they're like, no, they're only talking about it. Well, if we're in a situation that they've been talking about for 30 years, they know all the bad effects of it, yet how do they not know enough effects to tell us if it's a good idea or not? I would say it would make more sense that geoengineering not only has been being used for decades now. The reason we're in a rush, in my opinion, is because they've been doing geoengineering. And now they're trying to fix the big F up of that. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about it. I honestly, I feel weird that I didn't know. The big tornado on the East Coast right now, all those tornadoes that are going on, if you can find one, show me. But every website I've talked to have explained it to me that the hurricanes they're having aren't normal. They're not what they observe on a regular cycle of these. These are like super tornadoes or some shit. Here in California, we get rain. We've had 3 weeks plus of rain. How can you say climate change isn't real? How can you say that we aren't affecting the climate? Now, on the other hand, Earth has been doing its damn thing for millions of years. So how much of effect can we be playing on it, right? Personally, I think it's both. I think it's Earth doing its damn thing, and it's us. But here's what the muddy of the water is. Money. Again, fucking money. You guys realize that most likely, like I said, geoengineering, in my opinion, is going on.